Hello, YouTube. We are live. Hello. Alrighty. Let's try to do this now. We'll try to be correct. Okay. I'm streaming once more. And I will keep more track of the live chat this time. Alrighty. I am. Hello to people who are watching. Welcome to this random stream, and I really don't know what to do. Guess we can talk about stuff if you want to, or I can. Oh no. I could try to beat a level of Undertale. I'm gonna turn into like a gaming streamer overnight. Yeah. Okay. Please watch me. I'm gonna rise to the top. PewDiePie. I'm gonna rise to the top with my new Happy Shadows gaming channel. Oh yeah, baby. It's gonna be good. Yeah, you just gotta get good stuff. It should be. I don't know. Maybe it's working now for people who it wasn't working before. No, it wasn't working for Freaky Faith before, but oh, that's the. Oh, that was 0 viewers, 0 links. All right. I got 0 viewers, sadly. Oh well. ASMR. All right, I'm gonna try to link it. All right, let's. It's just gonna be weird and silent. Watching. Hello, viewer who's just joined. I don't know. I am here in a Nightcore song. I don't know anywhere. Hello, Maxwell Axel. Oh, welcome. Live streaming is fun when you know what to do. Maybe I should have thought this through. noise. Yeah, maybe. Well, hello, 3 people. Tell it to other people. Hello, Lex Sarong. Hello, Scarecrow Corpse. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? See, you do videos as well. How are all you guys? I really don't know what I'm going to be doing tonight. If you guys have any suggestions, please, if you want to, again, which I've done. Um, watching 4 viewers. Hello. Down to 3. Um, hmm. Maybe I should read. Hold on. All right. So you guys, Eyeless Jack, right? All right, hold on. Let's go. Eyeless Jack. Now, I'm not saying that all creepypastas are the best. No, they're not. They're not. They're not. And I don't know what people saw in Eyeless Jack. I don't know how it got famous. I don't know how this story. Hold on. Let me move this microphone on. I don't know how this got famous. This is I don't know. Because it's just right. This is the story of Eyeless Jack. I don't know if you guys ever heard it before, but let's. I just want to read it just for the stream. Alrighty. Hello. Hello, my name is Mitch. I'm here to tell you about an experience I had. I don't know if it was paranormal or whatever stupid words people use to describe supernatural phenomenon, but after that thing visited me, I believe in that paranormal trash now. A week after I moved it with my A week after I moved in with my brother Edwin, after my house was foreclosed, I finished unpacking. Edwin liked the idea of me moving in, since we had not seen each other after 10 years, so I was excited too. I soon fell asleep after I moved in. Do you see? I soon fell asleep after I moved in. There's no like move. There's no like into. Oh Jesus! I'm the Great. Hello, I'm reading Eyeless Jack, one of the worst creepypastas in my opinion. All right, here. After that week, hold on. A week, I heard rustling noises coming from outside. At about 1 in the morning, I thought it was a raccoon, so I ignored it and tried to fall asleep. The next morning, I told Edwin about it, and he agreed. However, I thought I heard my window opening and a loud thump, as if something entered my room. Around my room, but I saw nothing. The next morning, Edwin dropped his coffee cup when he saw me. He held up a nearby mirror, and I saw myself. I had a large gash on my left cheek. Okay. There's just so many things wrong with this story. Like, I almost can't read it. Okay. After I was rushed to the hospital, my doctor told me that I must have been sleepwalking, but then he showed me something that made my blood turn cold. He lifted my shirt to reveal a sewn up incision where my kidneys were. I started in his eyes. It doesn't even say I started in his eyes. I'm not misreading that. That's actually what it says. I started in his eyes, my eyes widening. You somehow lost your left kidney last night. How though? Sorry, Mitch. My doctor told me. the, ne- The next night was my breaking point. Around midnight, I woke up to see a truly horrifying sight. I was staring face to face with a creature with a black hoodie and a dark blue mask, with no nose or mouth staring down at me. The thing that scared me the most was that it had no eyes, just empty, black sockets. The creature also had some black substance dripping from its sockets. I grabbed the camera nearby on the mantle and took a picture. After the picture took, the creature lunged at me and tried to claw up in my chest to get to my lungs. I stopped it by kicking it in the face. As I ran out of my room, I dropped my wallet. Sorry, I would need the money. I ran out of my brother's house into the night, eventually ended up in the woods near Edwin's house and tripped on a rock. I fell unconscious and woke up in the hospital. My doctor entered the room, the same one who treated me before. I have good news and bad news, Mitch. My doctor started. You had minor injuries and your parents are going to pick you up. I said with relief. The bad news is that your brother has been killed by something. How does he know? See, that's my thing. The doctor isn't like nobody's like a wee bit suspicious about this doctor. He's treated him twice, and like, how is he supposed to know that the person who killed his brother isn't a person? I mean, there. Don't worry. Ooh, there's definitely more. Right? My parents took me back to Edwin's house to collect my remaining belongings, which I did. Upon entering my room, I was scared but remained calm. I grabbed my camera, then stopped dead in my tracks. In the hallway leading to my room, I saw Edwin's body, with something small lying next to it. Thing and entered my parents' car, not mentioning Edwin's corpse. I looked at the thing I'd picked up and nearly vomited. I was holding my stolen, half-eaten kidney with some black substance on it. That's the end. This pasta that gets famous, like okay, Jeff the Killer, fine. Okay, you can understand that. It's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty bad. Laughing Jack, okay. Slender Man, yeah, okay, he's kind of scary. But Eyeless Jack, you read his story. He is a generic creepypasta character. My God, and it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't usually rag on stories too much, but like yeah, is yeah, exactly, Maxwell Axel. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm holding my." He's like, "I'm holding a stolen kidney." Like, how do you know it's not your brother's? And oh yeah, the Rake. I guess the Rake has been rising in popularity. It's funny because when I first read him, he wasn't that famous, but for some reason, I don't know why, he's just getting more and more famous each day. Or her, maybe it's a girl. What other? Let me see. Any other pieces of trash? Let me see. Oh crap! That was one of the worst. I remember that. Man, the pillow. Let's look at this one. I just want to see if this is bad or not. Would you read a story? Yeah, I would. If as long as it wasn't like you just what do you want to? If you send it to me, yeah, I'll read it. I'll read it right here on the stream. Thing is actually got decent votes. I can't beat this one. All right. Eyeless Jack. Hold on. Let me go. Let me go to the thing. Let me go to the thing. 8.7 out of 10 stars. Eyeless Jack. Let me just reiterate that. Eyeless Jack has got 8.7 out of 10 stars. Out of 10. Oh, okay, Sam. No, don't worry. This stream and a lot of my streams cringe stories. I think I've only had one actual thing where I read serious stories. Um, I don't. Okay, so, oh, dude, Have you the Bloody Painter? Their story is terrible as well. Hold on. Okay, let's read the Bloody Painter. Let's read that. Like, okay, Scarecrow. Like, okay, you can like the Bloody Painter. I'm not gonna rag on you for it. I'm just the story. Okay, let me just. Oh, I will admit though that out of the Bloody Painter, I actually do like the design of the character, just like how I like Jeff's teenage design version, except the fangirl ones, you know, where they're all trying to make him look hot, because there's like, oh yeah, this serial killer totally won't murder you. He just wants to be your friend. All right, we just all right. I gotta prepare myself. All right, here is the story. This is the Bloody Painter. This is Helen, 14 years old. His dark circles feel as if he has never slept enough. He doesn't care about his messy black hair since he doesn't like to put too much effort on tidying it up. See, there isn't supposed to be an in there. It's unnecessary. His seat is at the back of the classroom next to the window. He always sits there drawing quietly. Everything to him. He doesn't like to socialize with people, making him a lonely one. There was a person being pushed to the floor after school. Oh, crap. Sorry, technical difficulties. There was a person being pushed to the floor after school. That's Tom, who's always the victim of bullying, not because he did anything before, it's just the dislikes of people around him. These things happen often, and Helen is used to it, though he does feel bad for Tom. He doesn't want to interfere, as it is quite bothersome. During recess, Judy says she's missing her watch. As she searches for it, Helen doesn't help her, since it's none of his business. Suddenly, someone sees something flashing in Helen's bag. "What's this?" Ben says. It's supposed to be Ben. Like, what's this? Ben says. All right, being serious. What's this? Ben says as he puts his hand into the bag and takes out a watch that is trimmed with fake diamonds. Helen is very surprised to see it, as he does not know how it got there. Ah, that's my watch! Judy receives the watch from Ben after seeing the situation. Both of them stare at Helen with a weird glare. Helen, who is still drawing on his notebook without raising it. Wait, still drawing on his notebook without raising her head a bit. Without raising her head a bit. See, and this is just a run. It says, "Who is still says Helen, who is still drawing on his notebook without raising her head a bit." Yeah, right. Judy leaves the classroom with Tom as she concludes. There should be a comma there. Who is still drawing on his notebook without period should be period without raising her head a bit. Yeah, right. Judy leaves the classroom with Tom as she concludes. Following day, as usual, Helen sits at his table drawing. He notices that the atmosphere doesn't feel right around him. People start whispering about him, and if even a few starts calling him a thief. He decides not to explain for himself, as he knows that it's useless to do. Where the story just okay. Bye, Sam the Great. This is where it kind of just starts spiraling. I don't, all right. As the time passes, Helen becomes a new targeted victim. As the time passes, Helen becomes a new target, a victim for people to bully. Everything he does now is being exaggerated. He doesn't like it, but he doesn't resist. He keeps the feelings in his heart, keeping silent. Until one day, Ben came to him and snatched him notebook. Is the grammar? It's okay. Okay. The grammar. It's just. I'm gonna read it how it should be spelled on him. One day, Ben came to him, snatching his notebook with his unfinished drawings on it. In it, of slings, says Ben as he tears down a few pages, out a few pages of drawings, tearing them into pieces, wanting to see Helen's reaction. At this rate, the feelings that he has been holding burst out. He punches Ben in the face and starts the fight. Helen isn't that powerful, however, so he was beaten up in no time. Other students went to see the fight without stopping it. Some people even stomped him in his face and stomach. Right after the bell, right after, and I just like, there's no like why would like these other students they just come and punch him for no reason? Like sure, like what, like why would they do that? I just don't see that ever happening. Right after the bell, sorry. Right after the bell rings, everyone stops what they're doing and went back to their seats before the teacher came. Helen returns to his seat as if nothing happened. The teacher enters the room later on. Oh my, Otis. Helen, what happened? And oh god, it says, oh my, Otis. Oh my, Otis. And then it says, and then it's the little, it's these things. It's like, here up into the chat how, oh my, Otis. How are you supposed to read that? How? How am I as a narrator, no, even as just a person, how am I supposed to read that, correctly? Like, how? All right. Helen has too many visible bruises on him that the teacher notices right after she enters the room. Everybody turns to look at him, waiting for him to give a response while glaring at him with a murderous look. I fell from the stairs, miss, Helen replies. The glare disappears. After returning home from school, his parents also ask him what happened, and he responds with the same answer. The blue jacket he is wearing covers all the bruises, other than those on his face. His parents believe it without doubts. Usually, when Helen's parents ask about how his school is, he always says he's fine. He even lied about making a lot of friends, living happily every day. Helen refuses to tell his parents the truth, since he doesn't want to make his parents worry about her. Okay, other thing. I don't know if Helen is a boy or a girl. Because in one instance, I don't know if you guys are hearing this, it's not me messing up, it's legit the story. Helen refuses to tell his parents about the truth since he doesn't want to make his parents worry about her. I I can never tell, like, is Helen a boy or a girl? And, like, he calls himself a boy in one sentence, and then the next sentence, he calls himself a girl. She calls himself a boy, I don't know. A few months later, he has gotten used to the negative comments about him, and getting hit or humiliated has been a normal event for him. He is completely immune to these things now. Who framed him in the first place? Why did the culprit do this? This doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters anymore. Hi, you there? Helen receives a message from an unknown user on Facebook. Who are you? He replies. I'm Tom, your classmate. Tom has never interacted with him before. This surprised him a bit. What is it? Helen asks. Are you all right? It's none of your business, Helen concludes Tom's question. It, it never says either. It's not like I logged on to Facebook. It's just like there's no scene. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no pause or break in between the story. There's no explaining what happens in between these gaps. It's just like they go from one gap to the next. So, like, for all I can know, he could be logging onto Facebook while he's on the bus. Like, OMG, Max Laxel. OMG, this creepypasta has predicted the rise of gender fluids. That's that's a good one. Um, mm, Google Tom types for a while before coming up with, listen, I know how you feel, all right? You're in the same situation I am. I really want to help you, but I can't. Sorry. Afterwards, Tom and Helen text each other for a long time, and Helen feels much better after telling him all the pain and feelings he has been through. He can even joke around with Tom, often using smiley face to show his happiness. often, uh, I just, that, often choosing smiley face to show his happiness. Like, you don't have to say that he shows him the smiley face to show his happiness. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. This is the first time he thinks he has made a friend. Afternoon. Come meet me on the roof after the first period in the afternoon. We need to talk. Don't ask me why, texted Tom last night. Following his instructions, Helen meets Tom on the roof, waving his hand and walking towards him as he says, Hey, Tom, what's up, friend? I have something to say, something important, says Tom with a serious face. Maxwell, that's so important to know he's using smiley emojis. It's like a whole character arc. Yeah, it's top 10 anime moments. Oh, Tom was serious. Remember the watch thieving incident? How could Helen forget about that? Suffering. Helen nods to show he remembers. I was the culprit. Tom looked down, scared to look into his eyes. What? Helen is shocked. I stole Judy's watch and framed you as the culprit. Why did you do this? I'm just gonna help separate this because it's like a whole wall of speech, and why did you do this? Asks Helen. With you as a new target, a victim, my life is much better. Tom smirks. It's true, however, that when everybody decides to bully Helen, they won't bother Tom anymore. He's just like an abandoned toy. For him, that is totally perfect. As long as he keeps silent, he will be able to live his school life safe and sound. He succeeded. The plan was outstandingly perfect. Why does Tom smirk though? Like my thing is that like here's the thing, okay? Tom acts he's sad, like he's like, oh yeah, I was the one who framed you. I'm so sorry. But then he's even looking down because he's like afraid to look into his eyes, and then he's like smirking. He's like, because they bully you, they don't bother me anymore. Like why? Like why do they do that? Right. Helen grabs the collar of his shirt, and after pushing around a bit, they ended up near the edge of the roof. Tom slips and falls from the roof. Helen instantly grabs his hand and tries to pull him back up, but Helen does not have that much strength to do so. I'm so sorry, Helen. Tom falls. Like, okay, it never says Tom says like that. It literally says, I'm so sorry, Helen. Tom falls. Like, that's it. Another thing, oh, Jesus. Okay. I usually, all right, let's get on this. His eyes, scared to look at what's going to happen. He cannot imagine what will happen to one after falling from a six-story building. After the policemen arrive, they have an interview with Helen. He was too horrified by the accident, however, to say even a word. Once again, Helen becomes a topic of discussion between students. Some people think Helen pushed Tom from the roof, but most of the others think that Tom committed suicide, and Helen failed to saving him because they saw him grabbing Tom's hand before he fell. He is weak. He is weak. That night, Helen was in his room crying and shivering, and he cannot stop the guiltiness from it. From it is growing inside. Okay, I'm just going to read this exactly how they wrote it. And he cannot. The guiltiness from is growing inside him. So I'm going to correct this. All right. And Helen's in his room crying. He cannot stop the guiltiness from growing inside of him. He needs to calm down, and suddenly a thought flashes in his mind. And suddenly a thought flashed in his mind. It's not my fault that Tom died. He deserves to die. He should have said deserved. No, you're not supposed to say deserves. And his guiltiness fades away too. Helen creepily smiles. Like it's not like creepy. Like he's like Tom has had his punishment. I suppose it's time for others to have theirs, isn't it? Laughter in the dark. Okay, there are several problems. The insanity, it's not drawn out or anything. It literally just happens on a whim. Like, what is this? He literally went from a pessimistic kid who says, I don't care that I'm bullied. I'm so used to it, to I'm going to give everyone their punishment. like, why? And I suppose I wouldn't criticize it as much if at least, I don't know, like, there's just, all right. Helen's classmates decide to have a party on the day of Halloween, but it's not to celebrate Halloween, it's just to have their friends come over together to a party. Of course, Helen was not invited to the party. The night before the day of Halloween, Judy and Maggie were texting each other on Facebook. Both of them live in the same dorm, and Judy's room is next to Maggie's. Okay, they live in a school dorm, but Helen goes home. Like, what's the deal with this? Isn't like school dorms for colleges? Like, this is like, has this person never been to school or like not know the concepts of schools? I don't- All right, school Judy's next week. All right, 903. Judy, who's going to come on tomorrow's party? I'm excited. Maggie, most of her class will be there, but I texted Ben so many times, even though all the messages I sent are read. He just never replies to me. The hell's wrong with him? Probably working, I guess. Maggie, something weird is happening. I've been hearing footsteps from my door for a long time. I think someone's walking around the dorm. Maggie, wait, I'll go check. Using the hole in the door, Maggie saw something unusual. Maggie, oh my god, there's a guy outside. He's wearing a mask and a blue jacket, and he's holding a knife, and he's all bloody. Maggie, fuck. Curse word. He's knocking on my door now. Maggie, oh God, oh God, oh God. Judy, just calm down and find a weapon or something. Judy, protect yourself. Maggie, he's turning the doorknob. Good thing I've locked it. Maggie, I'm scared. Judy, Maggie, Maggie, what should I do? Judy, Maggie, listen to me. Maggie, save me. Judy, Maggie, calm down. Judy, Maggie, Judy, Maggie, Judy, you there? The message is shown to be read, but Judy just doesn't see Maggie's response. Suddenly, Judy hears the sound of her room door opening. The instant she turns around, she feels a terrible pain in her stomach. A bloody person who's wearing a mask and a blue jacket bursts into the room and stabs her. That night, all the students who were in the dorm were murdered. No one knows how the killer did it. The murderers used the victim's blood to paint on the walls of the dorm, with most of the paintings being a face. Smiley face. Smiley face. Oh my God. With many paintings being a smiley face. Many of the corpses were being chopped and mashed, possibly to get more pigments. Helen Otis, the culprit, is still missing currently. Chat room where Judy and Maggie text each other. A message was written that responds to Judy's message at 9:03, 11:15. Judy, don't be excited about tomorrow, smiley face, because there will be no tomorrow. That was my question. He was weak. He or she, whatever she, they were so. How were they able to kill everybody in that dorm? How? Like he or she, they're so weak. How are they able to? That's just can't. Jesus. Shouldn't say Jesus like that. Sorry, people who might be offended. I apologize. The students who were in the dorm were murdered. No one knows how. The Emoji Movie was so bad it made an impression on him. And I am going to make Maxwell Axel. I'm going to make you a moderator. Congratulations. You're cool. If you're wondering what the blue wrench is, it means that you have moderating powers. Help protect this channel from spammers if they ever come on. You are the first one to gain such establishment. All right, it's been almost an hour. No, it's been like 30 minutes. So let me go and think here because I don't think I can read any more stories. Those were all just so bad. Thank you everybody for coming. And guys, bye.